Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. Thank you so much for joining us today. On this episode of Red Carpet, we have an interview with the Rwandan contemporary artist, a look at Cameroonian women who play rugby, and the latest in movie-making technology. Let's get on with the show. And let's start with some of the latest entertainment news from around the world. It was a star-studded night at the 2022 MTV Video Music Awards in Newark, New Jersey. And here are some of the highlights from the AP. Taylor Swift won the top honor for a 10-minute version of her 2012 breakup song, All Too Well. Puerto Rican singer Bad Bunny was named Artist of the Year, while Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow won Best Collaboration for Industry Baby. Nicki Minaj was celebrated for the Video Vanguard Award for her career of hits. The singer performed a medley of Anaconda, Super Bass, and other songs before paying tribute to artists who inspired her. Lizzo won an award for About Damn Time and told the crowd that she would not use the stage to clap back at critics. And while on the red carpet, Snoop Dogg, that's Uncle Snoop, who also performed with Eminem, talked about what it is like being back at the VMAs.
MTV has always been a place to get off great music videos and have a great time at the award show. So tonight we're here to celebrate. There's a lot of great people that I'm looking forward to seeing tonight. So not only am I here performing, but I'm here as a fan as well.
Anita made history when she won Best Latin Award, becoming the first Brazilian artist in history to win an award at the VMAs.
I'm so happy. I couldn't be happier. I'm nominated, I'm performing, and I brought a little surprise moment for Brazil. And the first time in Brazil here in this awards. Brazil never been here before, and so I just can't believe this night is happening, and I couldn't be happier.
Vanessa Bryant, the widow of the late basketball star Kobe Bryant, continues to keep her husband's legacy alive. She plans to donate proceeds from her $16 million lawsuit victory over the sharing of photos of human remains at the helicopter crash site where Kobe and their 13-year-old daughter Gianna and 7 others were killed in 2020. Proceeds from the victory will be donated to the Mamba and Mamba Sita Sports Foundation, a non-profit first launched by Kobe himself in 2016, which offers sports education to underserved athletes. Vanessa's victory comes after she had sued Los Angeles County alleging invasion of privacy, accusing members of the sheriff and fire departments of sharing graphic images of the crash in unofficial settings. Wife of Britain's Prince Harry and former actress Meghan Markle has launched her long-awaited podcast, and it's no surprise that tennis megastar Serena Williams was her first guest. The Duchess of Sussex said the 12-part series called Archetypes, that's a play on the name of the couple's old child Archie, would explore the female experience. Markle and Williams, who have been good friends for years, talk about motherhood and discuss the notion of being ambitious and how it is applied differently to men and women during the hour-long episode. You're watching Red Carpet on the Voice of America. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. From music to fashion to the visual arts, Rwanda's capital Kigali has been described as a creative heaven with a vibrant art scene. It is also home to a young visual artist, Derek Ndushabandi, whose unique artistic style is gaining global attention. On a recent trip to Kigali, I visited his home studio and we talk about his passion and the local art market. Check it out.
I wanted to do something that had a lot to do with my passion, something I loved, and that was art, because all my life before even coming to Kigali, at a young age, I wanted to do art. I was always making sketches. Yeah, usually I tend to paint from outside. I have a space here, and mostly when the sun is out, in the morning before the sun is so strong, I tend to bring my tripod here, my pieces, and bring some music here.
Derek is a self-taught visual artist. In the beginning, he had to work for many months as an understudy to more experienced artists. as he experimented with various forms and tools to create his own style of art, one that draws inspiration from his own life, while at the same time challenging assumptions about Rwandan art.
I developed my unique style. It took a while, and I would say that really what inspires my art mostly is the stories I live around. You know, my friends, we're always living together, we work together, and from these daily moments, like the days we spend together, from the experience, lives we live, challenges, everything, that's where I get to be inspired, and then I create something out of it.
The product is an aesthetic that blends abstraction with strong, vibrant, bold colors, using objects and symbols from local folklore, like the clay pot, a motif that drives a recurring theme in his art, symbolic of the struggle of many youth of his generation.
This one is called Kigingi. That's the title of the piece, and it's about a guy who wakes up every day to hustle, to try to put in a fight, not to like stay home and cry about things not going well, especially and during this COVID, you know.
What does Kigingi mean? It's a local term, right?
Yeah, it's a local term. Mostly we refer to Kigingi to these people who lift heavy things, you know, like they lift things for people to make a life.
Okay.
So like this guy is actually fetching water for people in order to find something to eat.
And for Derek, like many other young creatives on the continent, art is a labor of love. However, in a market where few have the kind of disposable income to spend on art, making a living as an artist can be quite challenging. That, plus the galleries are not quite transparent about the true value of the art.
I've been to a gallery, yes, and I've been trying to make a good connection and a good contract, of course, but I've just managed to sell only 2 of these pieces, especially in this unique style of mine. And I'm still trying to find the right way to sell these pieces and make sure that they get to the people that deserves to have these pieces at the right price, of course.
And now to Southern Africa for some more art news. For the first time in 70 years, a collection of paintings is back in its home country, Zimbabwe. The display at the National Gallery in Harare features paintings done in the 1940s and 1950s by young black students. Here is more from the AP.
They were studying at Cyrene Mission School, the first to teach art to black students in what was then white minority-ruled Rhodesia. Using bold strokes and bright, lush colors filling the entire canvases, the artist depicted African life in dance, household chores, and hunting wildlife, alongside the emerging modern world of railroads and electricity lines. For the first time in his life, Gift Livingstone Sango is seeing a painting by his father depicting Jesus as a black man.
The story must be brought back home. The heritage must be brought back home. That's really our story. And we are hearing these sentiments that the government is saying they must be brought back. This will dry our tears.
Lisa Masterstone, curator and director of the art exhibition, shares how it all started.
It was opened and started by a visionary art teacher called Canon Ned Patterson, and it's basically the first school in Zimbabwe to offer art as a compulsory subject to young black students in the 1940s. And Ned Patterson was a true believer that art could unite people, and that no matter what people saw in an artwork, it didn't matter what color you were or where you came from or what tribe you were from, art was a unifying factor.
The artworks were rediscovered by a Zimbabwean who recognized the name Cyrene on the boxes when the church was being deconsecrated, according to a press release by the organizers of the exhibition. He brought the paintings to the attention of others who realized they stumbled across a treasure trove of art. Thus, the Stars Are Bright exhibition has returned the paintings to the country, where many Zimbabweans will see them for the first time. Nomashikawazi Damasane, the granddaughter of one of the artists, explains the importance of these pieces and what they mean to history.
It's a completion of my history, as a Damasani to know the stories that my grandfather would tell through painting, through his artwork. And I'm very pleased and grateful that this artwork is coming back where it belongs, to the people that it belongs to. And us, the third and the fourth generation of these amazing artists, can actually see what our forefathers did before we were born.
Coming amid growing calls for the repatriation of African art to the continent, some say the Cyrene paintings should return to Zimbabwe permanently. The organizers say they are negotiating with the Curtin Foundation, owners of the collection, for the permanent repatriation of the works. The exhibition will be on until late October.
The latest in movie-making technology analyzes data about human movement to make computer animation. Jenia Dulo reports.
Motion capture technology has long been used in fields such as the military and medicine. Doctors put sensors on patients in recovery to track their movements. In Hollywood, actors use mocap suits, as they're called, to make animation move in a lifelike way. Breakthroughs in motion capture technology mean that one day actors won't need to jump around in mocap suits. Instead, animation might be made with artificial intelligence or AI software that renders an avatar version of a person from a video. At the Rouge Mocap Studio in Los Angeles, which has worked on many well-known movies and video games, traditional motion capture technology and mocap suits are still how animation is made.
Motion capture suit, as the parts that are on Robin right now, is basically the base on which I will be putting these markers. Our cameras are going to be sending infrared light over to this, and then the light is going to bounce back and the camera is going to register where the marker is.
While Sol says AI software will likely replace a big chunk of animation work in the future, particularly post-production, it hasn't happened yet at major production studios. It may take several years for AI motion capture technology to achieve the look and feel of an actor in a mocap suit. But one day, these new avatars could be commonplace on the silver screen.
And now to sports and women. 26-year-old Cameroonian rugby player Alvin Kekomache trains multiple times a week in Kolango, an impoverished district in the capital Yaoundé. She also plays for the Fond Dreams Academy, one of the 4 women's rugby clubs in Cameroon. She has also been selected for the Cameroon national team this year. Agence France Presse has more. Check it out.
According to the Cameroon Rugby Federation, only 120 women are registered players. Alvin Kekomache, who moves between the front and back rows, cannot, however, live from her passion. She is not paid any salary, only bonuses. She lives with her mother, her 3 brothers and sisters in a small shack in Com, a popular district in Yaoundé. She had to overcome her mother's reluctance, but also discrimination, to practice her sport.
Every time, even in my own family, people say, "No, Elvin, you've been playing rugby for years, but it's not paying off for you." I tell them that it's my passion, even though I haven't been doing it for a very long time. But I love rugby. I love my sport. I love what I do.
In 2019, Cameroon, which has a population of roughly 30 million inhabitants, was ranked 141 out of 189 countries in terms of gender equality, according to a United Nations report. Spectator Ornelia Abolo enjoys seeing women play in a sport dominated by men.
It's the first time I've been here, and it's really interesting to see women playing this sport. It's really encouraging because it already removes the idea that it's a sport reserved only for boys and that everyone can do it.
And with that, we come to the end of this episode of Red Carpet. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, check us out at voaafrica.com. Remember to connect with us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye, everyone.